Hello everyone, my name is Soft Customer, and this video is gonna be mostly unscripted, but I've only really made a online Reddit post about it, and I think this theory is just way too good to not share to the world. But, sorry again, this is unscripted, but ever since before Deltarune Chapters 3 and 4 came out, I was of a belief that the vessel we made at the beginning of the game is going to be the knight. That all along, uh, we created the vessel, and I still hung out to the theory even after the chapters came out and it was revealed to be Des. By the way, yes, it's very clearly going to be Des. By the way, it's not anything related to Carol is just a red herring for casual fans. Anyway, I still think my armored vessel theory claimed that Des is the knight, but the vessel we made at the beginning of the game is armor. So let's just start this theory. Now, first off, I want to thank LazyNeck5 as the creator of the Titanf theory and Alex Wandy Doodles, creator of Oblivion theory, for being two primary reasons as to why I actually created this theory in the first place. Shout out to them. I'll link their online profiles in the description. But this theory is basically heavily based off Oblivion theory. You don't have to read it, so I'll give you a TLDR. It's not required to read, but here's a TLDR. The genocide route, or Kara, as a character, represents short-term achievements, like leveling up, or better stats. The pacifist route represents long-term achievements, such as the emotional connection, like the memories you made along the way. Dark worlds represent short-term achievements, and light worlds represent the long-term achievements. The vessel making dark fountains for you is akin to the feeling of numbers going up. And you are trying to prove your fantasies, your dark worlds are more than that, and their message will stick for you. Caster is a game developer metaphor akin to how Flowey was a metaphor for the player. The vessel represents your will, your determination to keep playing and queuing up with the Dark Worlds for more escapism themes. That's like the TLDR of Oblivion theory. And for Titanf theory, the Titanf theory is that the fountains are made of determination and Titans are being made out of determination. And basically, Frisk is a Titan. Or the Roaring creates the Undertale world, and Sans manages to escape. And I'm going off memory here. Sorry, again, I'm reading this off my. I'm going unscripted, but I believe from my recall, the Roaring creates the Deltarune world, and Frisk is a reborn Titan, because Frisk is the embodiment of determination. Anywho, let's start the actual theory. Now, this theory sucks. This theory is based off something that sucks ass. The trash machine. I think the trash machine is a very obvious parallel to the vessel. You're tricked into playing as it, and then thinking you're going to play as it gets destroyed, and ends up being recycled later on via the Queen fight. However, one key aspect I see that's never brought up is the trash machine is sentient. It's not a darkness, seeing as it can't move. However, when we use it against the fight with Queen, the Punch-Out homage, we use it armor. And during the stream, when Toby Fox made the stream with the Fan Gamer guy, he referred to the vessel as a workout ready body. Isn't that an interesting voice? It's like the line treats the vessel as if it was intended for something that was gonna exist. This could be the body that Des uses. The trash machine helps us things that would be inhumane, like, you know, punch Queen. Couldn't the logic apply to Des and the vessel, with the vessel being able to help Des do shapeshifting and turn into a baseball? Speaking of turning into baseball, like, if you defeat the Roaring Knight, Susie gets lashed, Rossi gets lashed, and Chris gets knighted. this has a double meaning to it, with Carol, with Des respecting Chris, and with us, the player, respecting Chris too, because the vessel meant for us. It's made of our will, our determination to play the game, and Donnie Chris. And another thing, my final point, the Titans. The Titans take form from fountains, and dark worlds are created by determination. The vessel could be holding our will and determination, which would explain why the Roaring Knight's design looks very similar to one of the Titans. And okay, now here's where I think the world of Deltarune, how the events of Deltarune plays out. First, Death meets image_friend, which is like Gaster Sona, the way he represents himself in the game, like image_friend. Death gets kidnapped by Gaster, and he brings her to the void, the depths, and Death tells Gaster tells Death about his game, his Deltarune. After that, we, the player, start the game, creating the vessel. But Death is brainwashed and convinced he is destined to be the knight, and interrupts you as the second voice in the intro, saying, "No one can choose who they are in this world." Gaster takes the vessel, the one you filled with your determination, you're about to play the game, and transforms it into the armor set that Death uses. This determination allows Death to do things Lightning normally can do, like shapeshift. Death would share her consciousness with the vessel, explaining why she'd be knighting Chris, and why there's two versions of herself that are fighting, and yet she's constantly unaware. Anywho, again, apologies for such an unscripted video, but that's my theory, that the vessel is made up of our will and determination to play Deltarune, and Death Holiday is wearing that will to make the Dark Fountains. Vessel is the armor, Death is the knight. And that's my theory. Thank you for watching.